Tasmania Rewind 80s mixtape tour is coming to your area of planet Earth. Launceston, the Princess Theatre, the 6th of April, and Hobart, the Theatre Royal, on the 7th of April. For tickets, please get in contact with rewind80smixtape.com.au. See you in Tassie soon.
The sky, walking down with the party clowns, ballroom dancing in sequin gowns. I get so confused, searching for you, babe. How come you keep walking off that way? Oh, little darling, this is the end. I needed to lie. Myself to death. You're bad for me and bad for the soul. I think I'm losing myself.
Hello.
Hey, how you going, guys?
Welcome back. We're the 80s Montage. I'm Sammy. Hard on.
And I'm Jay Jovi.
Wow, what a great topic we have tonight. I'm excited. I'm so excited. We've opened
I really
up.
like this one because it's really it brought together a really, really interesting collection of music, didn't it, this topic?
It did. And it's open to your own interpretation as well, because you may not agree with us on this topic, but you may agree.
And it's basically songs that no one had any fucking idea what they were about.
That's right. That's right. The best songs. The greatest
They're
songs.
Really, really good tracks, really, really catchy for the most part. No one's got any idea what they were about. It's like, tell me about the song. You've got no idea.
Yeah.
No one knew.
That's right. But we loved it, and we used to make up our own scenarios in our head. The opening track was I'm an Island by Richard Clapton, one of my favourite songs. Now, I actually clarified with Richard Clapton on the weekend if I was right whether I knew what this song was about.
Ah.
Now, Richard is also called Ralph. Yeah, so it's you either get Richard or you get Ralph. If you get Ralph, you get the arsehole. If you get Richard, you get Richard. I think I got in between, but that's all right. I didn't know that, so I didn't know. I just went up to him and I said, I'm an Island's one of my favourite all-time songs. I guess you hear that all the time. And he went, yeah, I do kind of. And I went, oh, that's cool. That's just something I would say. And I'm like, oh, I just need to ask you about this song. I've got a podcast. We're talking about songs that no one really knows the meaning of. And I just want to clarify that I'm an Island is about a gig poster on a wall. And he went, yeah, that's right.
Oh, fantastic.
So he told me the story. He'd just come back from, I think it was England. He'd gone to art school in England. He was in a cab. He stopped at the lights and he looked over at this gig poster and someone had written, I hate islands or something to do with islands on their poster, and he changed it to I'm an Island and wrote a song about it.
Wow.
So in Sydney, you could imagine there were a lot of walls with gig posters because that's the only way you sort of promoted.
Yeah, that's it. It was the
Facebook.
internet of old.
That's right. So I had a bit of a chat to him. He was fine. His girlfriend was there, or wife or whatever, and she was lovely. And I love it. I love the song. He said that, I mean, if you read the lyrics, I actually misheard one of the lyrics. This is the funniest thing. I thought it was, I am an island, some suckers crawl. So I was envisioning this guy crawling through an island, but that was the feeling you were getting when you were looking at I don't know what I thought. But it's some sucker scrawled. So what he was telling me was some guy had written all over their poster something about the island. So that made me learn the lyric because I thought it was some suckers crawl. Yeah. But really interesting song. I love it.
I was just going to say, I love, because muses are sort of, especially sort of coming home from gigs when they're all still sort of firing and they see things in a different light to other people, and they see a lot of the graffiti as it's happening and before it's painted over and that kind of thing. And they just see sort of bits of script that really kind of stimulates them. And that kind of stuff might actually push them to write a song about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
So I love the sort of lyrics of this song being, little darling, this is the end. I needed you like oxygen. I am an island, some sucker scrawled. I am an island on a city wall. I love it.
Yeah,
beautiful,
it's fantastic. It's just brilliant. And I love the start of the song musically where the guitar just fires up. Now, this is the song I was talking about with Jimmy Barnes on backing vocals and Ian Moss on lead guitar.
Oh, here we go. Right.
Fucking hell. Got it mixed up with last week. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I was thinking. I just had something. Yeah. So it was amazing. The song peaked at number 20 on the Australian Kent Music Report.
Yep.
But it was second top 20 single for Clapton. And I think he's amazing. Like, I watched him play at this event because I was sort of segregated on my own, and I thought I'll go to JD and Coke, watch Richard, watch My Sex, watch the good old Radiators, who were fucking fantastic, by the way, and I'll sit down on my own, and then the whole band just came and sat with me, so that was fine because they just resonate. They just followed me to watch the gig,
Yeah.
Because it was sort of on a racetrack. So you've got the racetrack, and then they had the stage behind one of the barriers, and then there was a lot of people there, But I did speak to him quickly. I've seen Richard in Chapel Street before, walking down Chapel Street, and probably gone to chase him down to do my trivia show at Revolver. That was the last time I really tried to chase him down, but this time I didn't have to chase him because I was in the same room, and he was good. It was all clarified that this is about a gig poster, which was everyone's living, wasn't it? Because if your gig poster was painted over, you then had to go and do your gig poster again.
Yeah, that's it.
And it was almost like bikie gangs used to run that shit as well. Like, not so much bikie gangs, but there were people that used to run. So
competitive. Very
competitive. And if you took down the wrong poster, you could have been bashed doing it,
And also you had to be very careful about, you just couldn't put them anywhere. You couldn't put sort of gig posters anywhere because the council could trace it back to the person that was popping them up, and it was actually the artist. They used to come after the artist, so you had to be really, really careful.
Yep. Sometimes they'd come after the record companies, and the record companies would pay a fine just to get the poster up there as well. Like they'd put up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then eventually it became the artists. They had to do it themselves. If there was one. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this. If there was one wall in Melbourne or Sydney that you have seen what's the one you remember the most? Where's the island?
It would be under the bridge.
In Richmond.
In Richmond.
Yes. Me too.
Yeah.
Me
How's
too.
that?
I know,
Fuck,
right?
it's so famous.
It is so big. And I was going to ask you because I knew you'd say the same thing. It was in, and it's still there today, you know. But I remember driving past those posters as a kid and thinking, wow, they're really famous, you know, because it was you were an island in a way because you were something you had to see. Everyone had to see you, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You were
exactly
Hayman
right.
Island or something like that, you know.
Yeah. I look forward to driving under that bridge because I know I'm going to get all the gig posters.
And it's right next to the corner. It's all magical. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that was my first song that I really didn't know what it was about, but I thought it was fantastic.
Now, we will look at like a fair bit of like lyrical content as well. Just you can never be inside of the head of the musos, but I guess like really isolating the lyrics and looking at them, it might shed a little bit of light. So maybe we can sort of talk about things that way as well.
That's it. That's it. All right. So this is your song that you probably as you were young didn't understand what it was about. Now, this band's Swedish, yeah? Oh, okay. It makes sense. It makes sense. All right, here we go.
Sudden.
Here's the track. Yeah. Wow. So this is your
Final countdown.
chosen. Right. What are you confused about? And how old were you with this confusion?
Oh, like young. Like young.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
thinking like is it a song about space exploration? Like
Yeah.
I always used to associate it with the footy because they'd always play it on the footy.
Mm-hmm.
I used to sort of, you know, my brothers used to play footy. I used to, as a little kid, be going and listening to the radio and what they'd listen to sort of pump themselves up before they'd go out. This
Great
would always
pump
be
up.
one of them. Yeah,
Yep.
big pump up.
Rocky?
But I always used to think to myself, like, what the fuck? Yeah, Rocky is another one. Like, Eye of the Tiger, that's another.
Gonna fly now.
Yeah,
Big
another
footy
massive
anthem.
one. But like this, I'm thinking, what is it about? Is it about space exploration? Like, I didn't get it. Final countdown to what? Is it I never got it. I
think
never
it's-
got it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, look, when I asked if they were Sweden, if you read the lyrics, it reads like a Swedish guy. We're living together, but still it's farewell. They have to repeat themselves, but in a different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe we'll come back to Earth. Who can tell? Like it's a rhyme, but it's how the Swedish sort of talk. It doesn't make sense.
Now tell me,
It's
is the
Eurovision,
Swedish
you know?
is the Swedish man you're doing? Is he deaf?
Yes,
that-
he is. He wears hearing aids. But I think it's about the human spirit, to be honest with you, and how you can tap in as a universal feeling of, because the music's quite empowering, and I think that's what they're kind of trying to say. But it's very Swedish. I guess no one is to blame. We're leaving ground, leaving ground. Will things ever be the same again? Nothing's ever the same. Nothing's ever the same again as soon as you move your finger. It just doesn't. Where does this come from? They're very, like ABBA used to talk like that. Like, oh, we like to go to the town where the keys are, where the apples are. We go to the town where the apples are. That's how they fucking talk. This is
Yeah,
how
yeah.
this song's written, right?
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's sort of that style of communicating actually really lends itself really well to songwriting, to songwriting. But
It does. Well, that's
the
why they're
big-
so huge, yeah.
That's right. The big thing about this song, it was inspired by David Bowie's Space Oddity. So the lyric, it was written as a sort of big concert opener. But and this is like a point that I want to, I guess, investigate tonight. The way that Bowie used to write was just sort of, Bowie wouldn't be trying to always create like a linear narrative. It wouldn't always be like a story, like Michael Jackson songs are like a story about, I've knocked some chick up and she's got my
Yeah.
baby and this is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not as symbolic, yeah.
Yeah. So David Bowie would just sort of write to like evoke emotion in you and evoke thought in you and that kind of thing. So it's not always going to make sense. It's just stream of consciousness, And so any artists that were inspired by Bowie would follow this kind of stream of consciousness thing. It's very effective.
Yeah, well, in the 80s, a lot of this happened more than any other time.
Yeah,
Like
gotcha.
in the 80s, they spoke in rhythms and rhymes and that spiritual stuff started to come in, and it was like you feel like a cloud in the darkness, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a big thing, psychology and trying to make the words make sense but not let everyone know what it's about was a big thing.
That's right, and just sort of paint a picture, like just try to conjure up like a feeling, that was massive.
And this is what Bats in Space is going to be like. There was a lot of unsaid, unheard stuff that happened in the world.
Yeah.
And songs especially. You could write a song like, those guys from New Zealand, the funny guys that do the guitar and the vocal, they've got it down where they sing about songs that don't make sense, but you kind of know they do. The comedians, the New Zealand
What are their
comedians.
names?
Can't remember their names.
Flight of the Conchord.
Oh, Flight of the Conchord, freaking so funny. They've just tapped into the energies and, they do the Space Odyssey thing as well, and they talk about lettuce or whatever they do, amazing. And this used to happen a lot in the 80s. So that idea of that songwriting that they're joking about was a real thing in the 80s.
Yeah, 100%. And it was taken completely seriously. Like everybody was hanging off every
absolutely.
single word. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the next song I want to talk about was taken very seriously, that the song was actually told to his fans it doesn't mean anything, but people went around and looked for this part of the song. So here it is. You're going to love this if you were at the Nick Kershaw Go West show the other night, but here we go.
At Northcote Theatre.
This is a Valentine and just a song of mine to keep from burning.
See, we need to write songs like this for Bats in Space.
We definitely
Just talk
do.
shit.
We
Yeah.
definitely do. Just stream of consciousness. And what I love about it, it's sort of
That's right.
It's the music first. You know what I mean? It's like the music
That's
comes
right.
first, and it's like, let's just fit whatever fits in perfectly with this beat.
And that's what they did. That's exactly what they did with this song. But the fans, and when I went to the Nick Kershaw concert, I was with a friend of mine, Dave, and he was telling me that this song was like the fans were out looking for the riddle and they were looking for under the tree by the river and there's a hole in the ground where Jesus and there's an Arab man or whatever. And I'm looking at him going, oh, so like it was like an early day Pokemon almost. And they went, yeah, maybe. I said, well, you're looking for Pokemon, really. Like, I don't know much about Pokemon, but you're looking for this riddle that isn't even there. Is Pokemon even there? Like, what is that shit? And he just looked at me because he was a hardcore fan and looked at me and went, you're in the wrong era there. But he was saying the fans were writing to him going, oh, we found the riddle. We know what it's like. And he just turned around and said, it's not about anything.
I love it because it's sort of like you release your music and then it's no longer yours. Like it's like releasing it like a bird. It goes out there and then it belongs to your fans. Whatever they make of it. I mean, people, you release a song about, I don't know. I support an artist called Ben Abrams, who's a Melbourne singer-songwriter. I'm a patron of his. And for ages, I thought this song of his was about unrequited love. And he was like, no, it's actually about like some friends of mine had this long breakup that went over like 8 years. And it's just like little snippets like over the years of like stuff that they used to say. And I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. But for me, all this time,
Over
I thought
8
it was
years?
about... Yeah. Can you imagine that? I'd rather fucking kill myself.
Oh, God, yeah. Get rid of it.
No. Yeah. Get it
Well,
out of your
that's
life.
amazing. Did you actually ask him what it was about?
No, I did directly. I needed to know. I sort of went to his concert and I knew he was playing a gig the night after, so I didn't go up and, what's this song about? Is it, because I knew he would have wanted to save his voice. He just wanted
of
to
course.
say hello and thank you for buying my merch and fuck off, And so I didn't like hold him up. But on his Patreon side, I was like, oh, by the way, I've always wondered about this lyric, and I was completely off track. And this is the thing: it's once it becomes the property of your fan base, they will create meaning themselves about what it's about. You know what I mean? And this is the 80s thing about it. This is what we had to do in the 80s because we were never, ever going to get it explained to us if it wasn't obvious.
Oh, you wouldn't meet Richard Clapton in the same room?
No way.
You'd be like watching them on TV and going, I wish I could talk to them. But I don't even think we would have spoken to them. We were so little and scared. But no, that's right. Now you can actually look into the internet and you can find out what they mean and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of the songs are, I remember, I never really thought that hard about the riddle, but I did like it. But the thing about the riddle, it was sort of inspired by Tom Petty's Don't Come Around Here No More with the Alice in Wonderland maze.
Yes.
So the riddle, he's in a maze. So you see, and that's what makes people think there must be something to look for because the video says so,
Yeah.
And really, really clever. Really clever. Look, they are intelligent,
I've always
Nick Kershaw
wondered about
fans. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. Now, the next track is the one we talked about in the last episode to introduce the actual thing. The Chungers, Wangers we call them.
The Chungers.
drive a million miles to be with you tonight. So if you're feeling love, turn up your radio. The words we use are strong, they make reality. But now the music's on, well baby dance with me. Yeah. Move it down to the ground. Don't hang me on the bottom line. Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Everybody have fun. Deep in the world tonight. I hope it's safe and sound. I'll hold you so close.
There you go. No idea what this was about.
What the fuck was Everybody Wang Chung tonight? What were you doing if you were Wang Chunging?
Well, was it a one-liner they used to use? Do you want to come and Wang Chung? You know, was it that?
I would have said yes and found out the hard way.
That's right. Yes. Brilliant. Yeah. You could find out
I
the
never
hard
knew
way.
what the fuck was going on growing up. Like in my
No.
teens and my 20s. I never knew what the fuck was going on.
No.
I always found out the hard way.
Absolutely. And it cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody have fun tonight. Everybody Wang Chung. The band was called Wang Chung. We like to call them the Wangers. Wang. But I was as a kid going, what do they mean? Is it a Wang Chung? Everybody Wang Chung. But I think it just means get into their music or something, does it? Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it means get sort of drunk on their music and fucking get all about Wang Chung. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but it was a tricky one, and the other lyrics don't make sense in it either.
No, they don't. The words we use are strong, they make reality, but now the music's on, oh baby dance with me. It's just a big sort of dance track. It's similar to it was actually written as another sort of set opener, like Final Countdown. So it's the same kind of vibe where they're like, okay, we're just going to go for this groove and we'll make the
Because
lyrics
it's got the
work.
band name in it and stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
that's it. Get the branding across.
Cute song though, but I didn't know what it was, and I think it's one worth a mention, really.
Would
The
this
next
work
one-
over Dance Hall Days? Do you reckon? Live?
I don't think people would get wangers,
No.
really. I think they're
No.
a bit too creative.
Yeah, okay.
You could give it a go. You know what we need to do? We need to do that's got a similar feel to this. Breakfast Club, Right on Track, like the Right on Track by the Breakfast Club is a
Yeah.
great banger that people
Yeah.
haven't thought about because they wouldn't know about
Yeah.
it, you know?
I was thinking of fucking, is it the San Elmo's Fire song as well? You know, like, is it Man in Motion?
Yeah.
Fucking, I can do a new horizon. You know, that
Yeah,
that's
it's a
very
good song.
high. It's
Yeah.
a great song, very 80s.
Yeah. They were great. That was a good song. So the next one we're going to play is one of JB's that he doesn't understand, which is interesting. Here we go.
Funny how it seems, always in time, but never in line for dreams. Head over heels, went toe to toe. This is the sound of my soul. This is the sound. I bought a ticket to the world, but now I've come back again. Why do I find it hard to write the next line? Oh, I want the truth to be said. I know this much is true. I know this much is true. With a thrill in my head and a pill on my tongue, there's all the nerves that have just begun.
Interesting background to this song.
Yeah, very
What do
much
you-
so.
What are you confused about?
Whenever I sort of read lyrics and look at lyrics, I always wonder what was the central lyric that everything else was written around, if you know what I mean. Like, what was the line that is the one line that is the core of the song? And I fucking picked it with this because I never knew. Because if you look at the lyrics, so true, funny how it seems, always in time but never in line for dreams. Head over heels when toe to toe, this is the sound of my soul, this is the sound. And then I bought a ticket to the world. I always thought it's that line. I bought a ticket to the world. I thought that's like the central line to this song that everything else was written around. And it was. So this song was about sort of them shifting away from, I guess, danceable stuff, like danceable music, because they wanted to attract a different audience. They didn't want to be like a dance band necessarily. They wanted to bring sort of elements of soul and do some more ballads and sort of expand to a wider audience. And apparently it's that line, or I bought a ticket to the world, which is about kind of looking at different horizons and
Touring.
trying to attract different crowds.
So this was written by Gary Kemp, and it was written about Claire Grogan from Altered Images. So there was obviously a soul connection with her. Now, this
Yeah.
is an interesting subject because they've probably both got partners. They meet each other backstage or at a gig. You know, I bought a ticket to the world. For me, that sounds like they toured the world and come back again, and he still feels the same about her, but he has to write a song about it. And he said they had a really good connection, and then she gave him a book, and then he realised he couldn't really do anything with this connection because he had a girlfriend and she had a boyfriend. Really interesting. That, I guess that's quite, I can't even think of the word. Mature to let go
Yeah.
of something like that, like a soulmate. It sounds like there's a soulmate. I get the soul vibe big time in this song. He's been really honest with this person. And Tony delivers it so well, you know.
Yeah.
I did not know it was about Claire Grogan though. Because she's a
it's
kook.
sort of, it is sort of like one of those, because you can tell it's a love song from the vibe, you know, the vibe of the song. It's very romantic. You get swept up in the romance and everything. But it's sort of like lyrically, it's like you can tell that it's appealing to people on that same wavelength. And so that does make sense that it's about like I guess about hidden messages, because you've got to be a bit covert about the meaning. You know what I mean? Interesting.
Well, if you've got a girlfriend, absolutely. If you've got a girlfriend or she's got a boyfriend and you meet this person overseas and you have this connection, but there's nothing you can do about it. You might live in different countries. What are you going to do? Hope to God you see them? You can't waste time like that, you know.
Yeah.
Steve Norman comes out on the saxophone with this, which is just beautiful. This is inspired by Marvin Gaye as well. So Marvin was at the time, just after Marvin died, everyone started to look into Marvin a bit more. He had sexual healing before he died and all that stuff, but there was a romanticism about New Romantic that really asked for this style at the time. And interesting, really interesting. And the scene that I remember the most is from The Wedding Singer when this song.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a love song from that. But it's not easy. If you're a singer and you've got to learn this song.
There was so much emotion conveyed in this song. This is the thing. So much emotion is conveyed through this song, through the music and through the lyrics, but not a lot of sort of literal meaning. You know what I mean? We just sort of float. We just go with it. We just sort of float along with it. That's what I love about this song.
Well, he's having an affair. This is a love letter to a chick he wants to bang.
So he's got to be completely covert about it.
Absolutely. You have to sit there with your woman, eating your salad. Those are my salad days. Hey, Spandau Ballet never had fantastic. Those are my salad. What's fucking salad day? You're not going to eat meat for the day? What is it? You know, they were always a bit weird like that. But you've got to sit next to your girlfriend or whatever, your wife, and go, I wrote this song, honey, and listen to it. And you have to make sure she doesn't read between the lines that you want to bang someone else.
100%.
And you might even have to sit there and go, I wrote it about you.
100%.
If you want to be a prick.
And, mate, I have written so many songs where it's been about, it's about you. Of course it is, you know. And it's
exactly.
not. Like it might be about someone that you saw once and you've written a song about them. You don't even know that person. But because it's been made such a big deal out of because you've written a song about it, you have to sort of, of course it's about you. Yeah.
See, I when I used to write when I'm going to write again this year, but when I used to write my songs, Maddie would go, fuck, who'd you write this about? He never assumed it was about him because it never was.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, some guy that freaking whatever. And he'd go, God, you're full on. You're so full on. You're just so dark. But that's the Scorpio energy in me. And he kind of, I wrote that song Dark Side. Everyone has a dark side. I'm just plain in mine because I'm fucking spooky. And I wrote that and Maddie went, yeah, that song's pretty hardcore, Or there was another song that I wrote was I'm just plain in mine. Or I can't remember, but it was about regurgitating love or something. And Maddie was like, fucking hell, who's this about,
Yeah.
It was just so full on. But this is actually commercial because I went a little bit Fiona Apple-ish in the 90s and I loved those type of chicks, Tori Amos, and I was never – and Kate Bush and stuff, I was never really attracted to – I either went full pop Madonna or ABBA, or I went sort of trippy, Kate Bush and whoever else was out, or my favourite girl of all time who's still around now, I'll think of her name soon, and I was really obviously bitter about this is a really sad song when you look at it.
Yeah.
He's having a fucking affair.
At least like an internal emotional affair. Yeah, definitely.
Now, I wonder if she ever knew that.
Yeah, well,
maybe not.
They all do now, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. They do now. If she's reading this now, she would be, oh, God, that's lovely. Maybe she did, Because having an affair doesn't necessarily mean a physical affair. You could be having an emotional affair.
100%.
And this is where really good songwriting comes from, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because it's really sneaky.
Well, it's about, like all good storytelling, it's about conflict. Like if you can have
That's
that
right.
thing easily, there's no conflict. But if you're like anguishing over it and you're having to be metaphorical about it and all of that, this is where the good songwriting comes from.
And that's right. And if you want to be part of a relationship, you have to learn to shut that shit down.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't just go around and go, I want to be with that guy. There are obvious soul connections you meet in your
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Obvious. And you may meet them in the fucking dunny in London. You don't know. And you just look at each other and you go, fuck. But when you go through a couple of these and you really cry and you really stretch yourself out and you just want to be with them, and then you work out in the end it's just a waste of time, because soulmates really aren't meant to be together.
No.
They've been put back on this earth to fuck each other up again because you hadn't
Yeah.
finished it in the last life.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So
Yeah.
how he's resolved this through this beautiful song, he's made a fortune out of it and hasn't fucked up his relationship. It's a really clever outlet.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And I've been sort of talking about this phenomenon a lot actually. As an artist, when you're younger, your artistry, like your the art that you create is the way that you deal with things. It's the way that you deal with life. As you get
right.
older, you may not be as productive or prolific with your art making. And this is why, this is my theory, why a lot of artists struggle later in life with adjusting to the sort of maturer stages of life, is because they're not being as productive. And so they're not doing that emotional processing that they used to do. They're not
Yes.
venting, and they're not sort of manifesting their feelings. And they get so caught up like later in life, and as an
do.
artist, especially sort of artists of a certain age, I would say, keep creating, keep making. It doesn't matter in what medium it is, who's listening, whatever. You've got to keep creating and getting it out there, because you're actually processing your being. You're processing the human condition.
And you're giving yourself an interest in yourself. I find that when you do get a little obsessed in something that's just come your way with a pair of shiny pants on or whatever they got on, it's because you're bored with yourself. Because you're like, if I get with that guy, my life's going to be so exciting.
Yeah.
But it's not really the truth. The fact of the matter is, just like you're saying, you should go out and write a book or read, do something nice where you get validation from that, and these people no longer exist.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Write a song about it, fucking paint a painting, do
Do
something.
what Gary Kemp did.
That's right. So turn it into a hit.
Great. That's just blown me away. Just blown me away, this whole story, because that's why we're confused, because he wasn't letting on. He wanted to bang someone else.
Exactly right.
Good on you, Gary. We like that.
Nice one, Gary.
Nice one, Gary. The next one, I never knew what this was. The video clip used to confuse me as well, but it's a great song. Here we go.
Shaken to the top.
Oh, what a banger.
I love it. It gets around to the chorus and it's just awesome, isn't it?
Never knew what it was about, but God, it was rock and roll, wasn't it?
I still don't
Rock
really
and
know.
roll.
It's very different from the rest of the Clash's stuff.
It is. That's right. Now, the king told the boogeyman. What he's basically saying is you're telling no one. There's no boogeyman.
Yeah.
You have to let that rage, the rugger drop. The oil down the desert way, I think it's political, has been shaken to the top. I don't know. It might be about politics and rich people with oil. Is it about bloody JR? Is it about JR Ewing? I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Rock the Casbah.
By order of the Prophet, we ban the boogie sound, degenerate the faithful with that crazy Casbah sound. But the Bedouin, they brought out the electric camel drum. The local guitar picker got his guitar picking thumb.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
It is great. It's fantastic. And I used to think the little animal in the video was the Casbah. I thought that was a Casbah. I thought, that must be the animal. It's called a Casbah because I've never seen an animal like that before. And
Yeah.
maybe they're going to make the animal dance and rock the Casbah.
Yeah.
But I
yeah.
don't think it's a Casbah. I think it's just a something, anteater or something. And I just don't know what the song was about, but my God, it was amazing.
I love the attack on the song. Like it's
Yeah.
a sort of since reading about it, apparently it's about the ban on Western music since the Iranian Revolution. Like they were sort of banning out.
Oh,
sort
is
of
that what
Western
it
music and everything.
really?
Yeah.
There
So
you
it is
go.
political. It is political. And so it is very Clash. It is very sort of the Clash vibe. But it's got such a groove to it. It's such an awesome sort of dancey song.
It was just, I was always watching the video thinking, that must be a Casbah, that animal. Because it goes across the road and then there's the guy in the chic outfit and stuff or whatever it is. And they were hot. That was hot in the 80s to dress up in a couple of sheets around your head. Sort of a look.
Oh,
in
was
the
it
80s.
really? A bit of a Middle Eastern look.
Yeah, they did it in Middle Eastern look became quite big, yeah. They saw it on Get Smart, They used to cover up like that and it was just kind of it's just so rock and roll. I didn't really care what it was about, but I always wondered.
You know what? When Mika and I went to Dubai, we loved it. We absolutely loved it. It was so hot. And we had been in Europe for winter, and so we had sort of a lot of winter clothes. And we got to Dubai and it was so hot. So we just sort of went out and we bought the white kind of tunic top that sort of Arab countries wear and had the head wrap and everything. And I just look like a fucking
Out of
white
respect.
person with I just look like a white person with a costume on. But like they used to come up to Mika, they'd come up to Mika and they'd be like, "Kuna matatuta,"
That's right, they would have.
Fuck that man.
Yeah, what are you doing with this man? What are you doing with this man?
Yeah. Who's this white cunt you with?
Yeah.
Why
What are you
has he
doing?
got
You're
her
one of
clothes
us.
on?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
funny.
fucking
Yeah, what a
hilarious.
great track. And I loved it. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
The next
Rockin'.
track we're going to look at is, we're going to go to a commercial now. Here we go.
Lovely.
Rock of Ages. We've got the beat. Rock of Ages.
Listening to Eon FM is better than anything.
Rock of Ages. Eon FM.
Eon FM. You're not listening to Eon FM. You're listening to the 80s montage. What a great commercial there. That wasn't sorry, babe, that was a Melbourne radio station. Yeah.
Was it real? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That was such a seamless segue, Sammy. That was beautiful.
So Eon FM was 3XY. It was the first sort of one of the first FM stations, like a triple M. I think it was Triple M before it was Triple M, actually.
Is that
But
right?
They always had the really funky sort of fluoro. I think we've actually played one of their ads before, but I just felt like it again. Eon FM, Gavin Wood was on Eon FM, Lee Simon was on Eon FM. It was our station. We loved it. And they always had Eon FM concerts where you'd go and see all the bands.
Yeah, awesome.
There you go.
Where did they play the concert?
The next track, Eon FM concerts, they'd have them in the city and stuff, and you'd go and see the Divinals or whoever was on.
Serious?
Yeah.
But
really
where?
good.
Where
Yeah.
in the city?
You know that sort of white thing in the park? You went there the other night to see a dance thing. I never remember it. They have Carols by Candlelight there.
Oh, yeah, Sydney Mile Music Bowl.
They'd have it there most of the time in Melbourne.
That
Yeah, it was
white
really
thing in
good.
the park.
Yeah, I just never remember the name of it. Get so confused. So the next track we've got is, I agree with this next track. Who knows? Let's have a listen.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Don't mention it. Nice crowd, eh? Right. Last tune. Let's try Sussudio, okay? Thank you then, gentlemen. Well, it's our last song now. Thank you very much for coming. We're going to try, this is a tune called Sussudio.
There you go.
Look, the track itself, like musically, it is sort of very stimulating. I can't
is.
stand Phil Collins. I
Yeah.
fucking can't stand Phil Collins. We were tearing into him the other night at the gig. Like, I can't do it. I don't know. Everything about him. Even this, where it's like a song that and he admits he came up with the lyrics, Sussudio. It was just a kind of, like he was scatting, like he was scatting. He was like coming up with just something that fit the beat, and he built the rest of the song around it.
Is it a girl's name, is it?
There's a girl that's been on my mind all the time. Now she don't even know my name, but I think she likes me just the same. The thing I can't stand about Phil Collins is his inferiority complex. It does my fucking head in.
Yeah. Well, no jacket required.
He goes on about it all the time. It's like, fucking, you're a rock star. Get over it. Like, you're a rock star. Fucking get over it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe he never thought he was because he was so fucking unattractive.
Get over it.
You can't look like that. You know, I reckon one of his musos was just pissed one night and went, "Do you want to go into the studio?" That's what I reckon fucking happened. I reckon it's fully. I reckon he just had some piss guitarist with him, and he went, "That's what I'm doing." Yes, studio. And then it would have been like, I'm just going to call the chick's name Sussudio.
It is
Round it
actually
off.
like something like one of our fans would say to us, like out in the studio.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have
okay.
you pierced your ears today?
You pissed the ears today?
Was she actually saying pierced your ears or are you
I don't know what the
pissed?
fuck she was saying.
Yeah. Remember she used to come up in Chapel Street and say it to everyone?
I think she was like making out that we were puffs or something. Like, have you pierced your
Well, I'm a
ears
woman.
today or something?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
So,
but it was
I don't
just
know
so
what-
random. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Have you pierced your ears today? Chapel Street, always fucking around that Lucky Cock shithole. Is that called Lucky Cock still? Or is it
Yeah, Lucky Cock it is.
Really?
Yeah. Used to be the
how
Dukes of
has
Windsor.
that survived?
Yeah, it
how
used to be
has
the
that
Duke of
survived?
Windsor.
That's right. She used to always float around there.
She's the same chick that used to get on the trams and say, like, have you fucked yourself this morning? Remember she'd like...
Is she the same chick
she'd
that got
say,
on and said, "Do you love the icy pole chick?" Was that the same
yeah.
chick?
So she used to go...
Right.
I used to love her because she'd get on the
Yeah, right.
tram and she'd say something really nice at first just to sort of win people's trust. So she'd like go, "Oh, don't you look lovely today?" And they'd like go, "Oh," like this, and she'd like go, "Did you fuck yourself this morning?"
Oh, but didn't she pick on a kid with an icy
She
pole or
did.
something?
The kid was eating an ice cream. She goes, "Oh, look at you sucking on your ice cream, eh? Like you're sucking someone's cock." To a little kid, man.
To a kid, bless.
There were a lot of crazies around
When
Chapel
you heard
Street.
that, yeah, Chapel Street was full of them. Chapel Street was so safe because you couldn't get anyone want to go there. You'd have to have balls to go there.
Yeah,
because you just
yeah.
meet these wacko people.
Yeah.
Look at you sucking on your icy pole. Yeah,
But like really
I remember
nicely.
you talking about that.
Aw, look
Yeah,
at you sucking
yeah.
on your ice cream like you're sucking someone's cock. She used to just turn.
Oh, yeah.
Full on,
Yeah,
man.
Mental health, mate. Yeah,
I loved it.
absolutely. I wonder if she's still alive. I don't reckon she would
knows?
be.
And remember
Who
there was that
knows?
bloke that used to sit. He used to sit on the kind of in the afternoon when the sun used to sort of start going down. He used to sit on the sunny side of the street and just go like that with his hand.
Oh,
And, like,
yeah, the old guy.
remember him?
Fucking yes.
And the
God, I
light
do.
the light would like flick across his eyes. He'd go like this with his hand. Remember him?
Do you know what? I remember him, and I remember him in Chapel Street at the Souvlaki joint acting normal, and I was devastated.
Oh no!
Because he'd take his money after he did his hand thing and looked up into the sun, and then he'd take his money and ask for a souvlaki. What was a souvlaki joint near Chasers? They knew, and I said to the souvlaki guys, I thought he was a bit weird, and they went, nah, he's fucking
Lamb
an
on
accountant.
Chapel.
He's an accountant, Lamb on Chapel. He's an accountant, Sammy. Don't worry about
Fucking
him.
hell, serious.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And that's when they did the stories about the beggars and stuff that weren't really poor.
Yeah,
There was a whole
Yeah.
lot of current affairs stories going out
they
at
used
the
to make
time.
good money.
Yeah. They used to sit on their ass and act like, they couldn't see out of their eyes and they were perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So when I saw that happen at Lamb on Chapel and I saw him ordering, I just looked at him and went, you got to be kidding. If you got to at least go to another suburb to do that, not
Yeah,
just
order
Chapel
your
Street, because I've
souvlaki.
just seen you do it,
Yeah. Bastards.
Bloody hell, there you go. So, studio, we're going to give that a go. Now, next track I've picked.
He copped a lot of flack because the beat and the groove rips off 1999 by Prince.
Yes, it
Rips
does.
it off really, really
100%.
badly. It's like
Yeah.
1999 sped up. So it really fucking shit me on a few levels, actually.
That's right. And people were trying to copy Prince at the time because even
was
Stevie
sexy.
Nicks, you know, and
Yeah.
but he was sexy and it was a different sound.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
drums
exactly.
were different. And he would have been a drummer, he would have gone, I'm going to do that backwards thing,
Yeah,
or
why
whatever.
not?
Yeah. Here we go. This is another one of mine. No idea what it's about. Here we go.
Be my ritual, be my one desire, be my light, be my pure delight, be my purifier. You never know what you do to me. 5 times a day, my self-destruction will oversee the just a touch of you, just a taste, like isn't God is what we do. Let's go to waste. You never know what you do to me. So sublime, you're like the devil in heaven.
I think I do know what this is about, and I've totally forgotten that I do. I think it's about drugs.
Be my ritual, be my one desire, be my light, be my pure delight, be my purifier. You'll never know what you do to me. 5 times a day, my self-destruction you'll oversee. Don't go away, don't go away. Fucking, I love anything this band does.
Well, this is James on his
Yeah.
own. But
Yeah. Oh,
how
it is too.
sexy, how sexy is the track?
Yeah, yeah.
And you got to remember Olivia joins him on this and goes, Hammerhead.
Does she
Sorry, I'm a bit
really?
tired. Yeah, she's the
Fuck
Hammerhead.
off.
So I was very confused as a kid going, oh, God, I hope he doesn't hit Olivia with the hammer on her head. I used to kind of mini think he was trying to hit someone with a hammer. Like that's where my head went. But he's not. But it might be about drugs, like kissing God is what we do. Let's go to waste.
Well, if you're sort of looking at like 5 times a day and all of that he's saying, yeah.
Could be heroin. Could be heroin.
Could be heroin. Yeah.
Very cute. But, yeah, I'm sure Olivia's in this one where she
Actually,
sings the chorus.
Hammerhead is code for heroin.
Oh, wow. There you go.
There we
So
go.
I'd forgotten that and I put this song in and then I went, when I was listening to it, I went, hang on, I know this answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I'm sure there's people out there that don't know that it's about heroin.
But I love the chorus. You've been hanging with the nicest people, Hammerhead. Some silken slip of evil, Hammerhead. Fucking, but like just the storytelling and the way that it's translated, just beautiful.
Amazing. Incredible.
Take food from my mouth, take my sex, take my friends, take my lovers. Here, take this. You'll never know what you
Great.
do to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's take this journey
Yeah.
together. Ah, fuck. It's
Wow.
so fucking
It's
devastating.
it's brilliant, isn't it? There you go. So not only have we done a show like this, we're finding art.
yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. Beautiful.
If you guys have
writing.
a song that you're not sure of the title and you want us to look at it, send it in. So you've got 2 subjects you can work on this week during the week. You can do songs to shit to and songs that you don't understand. Send them
Yeah.
in. Write them up.
Right,
We're
and,
happy to talk about them.
send them into Crow's Nest. Remember they
Crow's
used to send
Nest.
them.
Crow's Nest 212. Bendigo Street, Richmond.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crow's Nest. basically, if you want to write in about a song that you don't know what it's about or you want us to talk about it, because you could talk about this shit forever.
Yeah. I
It's
love
such
it.
an interesting topic. Having Olivia do the BVs was really unusual as well because it was sort of an angel in a rock and roll band.
Yeah, 100%.
Like she was very angelic but it worked vocally
Yeah.
because she sang beautifully and no one can sing like that. No one does that falsetto thing anymore, you know. Like Olivia had an incredible vocal range and an incredible vocal delivery that people don't really understand unless you're a singer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, excellent. Good one, James. We love it.
Yeah,
He'd be
mate.
good together.
Love it.
We
Love it,
could do a
James.
show on James.
He would. He'd still have it, don't you reckon? You know what I'm saying? He'd still be sexy.
Oh, yeah, God. Oh, my God. We have forgotten to talk about Return to Eden. We're going to have to do Return to Eden.
We're doing Return to Eden very
Talking
soon.
to James.
Within the
That's
next
right.
couple of weeks we are.
We
I swear
are.
to God.
Very excited. Maybe we should find James, track him down.
Fuck yeah. Who else could we get from that? Maybe I'll we'll track somebody down to have a chat
funny.
to about it.
There you go. Number 10 is this one. Here we go. Do we understand it? Do we not? Is it cool? Is it not?
Don't think me unkind. Words are hard to find. They're only checks I've left unsigned. From the banks of chaos in my mind. When their eloquence escapes me, their logic ties me up and wraps me. Do, 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 da, 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 that's all I want to say to you. Do, 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 da, 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 the innocence will pull me through. Do, 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 da, 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 that's all I want to say to you. Do, 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 da, 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 the meaningless and all that's true.
This is tricky.
God, I fucking love this
Is
song.
it a nursery rhyme? Great song. Is it a
I
nursery
love
rhyme?
this song.
So when you were little, how did you interpret it? You probably didn't know.
I was so wrapped up in Sting's voice. Anything that he delivered, I was just going along on the journey.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It didn't matter. He had so much drama in the chord movements and everything, and just the music itself was so beautiful. It wouldn't have mattered. And he was actually making a comment about how we gravitate as human beings to simple things. And he was writing a song about that. He was writing about like just the simplicity of things and how we get wrapped up in simple things like that.
Yeah, well, he's very chilled, isn't he, now?
Yeah.
And very
yeah.
yogi and blah, blah, blah. But for me, the song sounds like everything's not that important. And what am I going to say about it?
It is a
Why
chill
would
song.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, why would I contribute? You know,
Yeah.
their innocence will pull me through. A lot of this stuff goes on with social media, like that whole fucking thing with poor little Kate. Horrific. Fucking shut up. The poor girl is sick and the fuckwits of the world that are on Facebook and Instagram were all over that shit like she was trying to hide some conspiracy,
The
blah,
thing
blah,
is,
blah.
though, the video looks so fake.
What video?
the video looks so fake with Kate. So she came out and she explained that she was having cancer treatment and everything because people thought there was some bigger conspiracy. But the video of her explanation looks really fake, like it's one of those deep fake videos.
Yeah, but before that, they were picking on her before she did that video, assuming that she was hiding from the public or whatever. The girl had an operation.
Yeah, but the photo has been really badly photoshopped.
Yeah, but who doesn't do that to their photos? What pig doesn't do that to their photos? Everyone does that to their photos.
Apparently, there's some understanding between the royals and the newspapers that they don't doctor their photos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
anyway, that went on from that to she's just disappeared and he's having an affair and
people
whatever.
are saying she's died.
Right.
People are saying
horrible.
she's actually died and they're covering it all up for some reason.
Yeah, nah.
It's fucking
People
weird.
are fucked.
Yeah.
But anyway, the poor thing. But
I mean,
that was worth a mention.
Really, I'm more interested in the fucking wars that are happening in the world over that shit. It's,
Yeah.
like people get distracted by the most bullshit.
Oh yeah, shiny
Oh my
objects.
God. Fucking
Yeah,
hell,
that's
mate.
right. Do a da da da. All I want to say to you. I like it.
So he says, poets, priests, and politicians have words to thank for their positions, words that scream for your submission, and no one's jamming their transmission. And and this is what I love. I love the pre-chorus. And when their eloquence escapes you, their logic ties you up and rapes you. It's so
It is
full on.
rapes you, is it?
Yeah, it
I
does.
thought I was hearing that.
Yeah.
Oh, I had logic tie me up and rape me the other day. Just on the weekend. There's no logic to it though.
No,
Yeah, no, that's right. Interesting. Great lyrics.
love it.
And no one writes lyrics like this anymore.
They actually don't. There's not the poetry. There's not the deep
No.
metaphor, you know?
To be a musician you needed, or a lyric writer, you needed to be a poet and
Yeah.
someone that had something going on, you know?
Yeah, and was worldly, you know, not sort of talking about breakups and shit all the time.
Yeah. So we've both picked two Duran songs, which is not surprising because they are the master
They are
of
big
lyrics
for
that
this.
don't make sense.
Yep.
Your one you've picked is this one. Let's give this a go.
Dark in the city, night is a wire. Steam in the subway, earth is a fire. Woman, you want me, give me a sign. And catch my breathing even closer behind. In touch with the ground, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Smell like a sound, I'm lost in a crowd, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Straddle the line, discord and rhyme. I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Mouth is alive, juice is like wine, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Stalk through the forest, too close to hide.
Woo!
There we go. Hungry Like the Wolf by Duran. It's a great song.
What didn't you understand about it?
Well, none of it. Like you sort of read the lyrics. Dark in the city, night is a wire. Steam in the subway, earth is a fire. Woman, you want me, give me a sign, and catch my breathing even closer behind. I got the sense that it was like a chase. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like
that's
it's
right.
about him chasing a girl or whatever, but like it's just a sense, you know what I mean? It's just, and this is the thing about Duran say they were hugely inspired by Bowie. They were trying to create a sense. It was just stream of consciousness all flowing out.
Do you know it was based on Little Red Riding Hood though?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So it was based on a nursery rhyme, which we all know, Little Red Riding Hood. And that was what they wanted to sort of talk about. Little Red Riding Hood, of course, didn't roll around in the mud with Simon Le Bon.
She
Would have been
perhaps
nice.
would have liked to. Yeah.
She would have. But it was just based on that for some reason and Hungry Like the Wolf. But
I love that.
for me, it was very primal and very, you know, when you just meet someone and you don't care, you'll just go through the jungle and find them wherever they are. And you just got to have them, you know. And then there's that bridge where they roll around in the dirt together and she's just like an animal of the jungle, you know.
Yeah, yeah. That's
She's
it.
fucking beautiful, that woman.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's filmed in Sri Lanka. I think it really suits the song because it being filmed in Sri Lanka and being, you know, he's got the hat on or, you know, I think he had something wrong with his hair or his colour of his hair. He hated the colour of his hair, but it actually works in this video.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just think he's got that primitive animalism thing about him. And that's what I felt as a kid. I was like, wow, I want to go there.
Well, it is very elemental. Like they're talking about the forest and earth and fire and like juices and wine and like it's really kind of visceral, you know. It's really elemental.
Moonlight.
Yeah. I love that. It's all you know, burning and fire and
It is very good lyrically though.
yeah, it is. It is a masterful song, but it's like it doesn't make literal sense, you know. I love it.
Yeah, I just thought as a kid I just thought he was in love with that jungle woman and he was never going to be with her because she was of the trees, you know.
That's
Sounds
right.
stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm lost in a crowd, I'm hungry like the wolf, smell like I sound. So he's been running around a while. He's on the hunt, you know.
He smells a bit.
Smells a bit, but
Yeah.
you know, when you want something it doesn't matter how they smell, does it?
That's it, mate. Especially when you're in the forest, rolling around
That's
in the
right.
mud.
So I've got another Duran song. This is our last one we're going to look at. I want to look at the Reflex. The Reflex is quite controversial where a lot of people want to know what the fucking Reflex is. Is it a child in the park? What kind of a child? One that is like Spider-Man and just reaches out? I don't know. But I'm going to play this and we'll have a listen.
Gone too far this time, but I'm dancing on the Valentine. I tell you, somebody's fooling around with my chances on the danger line. I'll cross that bridge when I find it. Another day to make my stand. Oh, high time is no time for deciding if I should find a helping hand. Oh. You use it, try not to bruise it. Buy time, don't lose it. Why don't you use it? Try not to bruise it. Buy time, don't lose it.
Very good.
Fucking what a song, mate. So exciting.
Great song. So good. Means nothing.
I always used to find the lyric, try not to bruise it, dirty.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I thought it was a penis.
Yeah, a penis.
Oh, yeah. I thought the Reflex was a penis. You know when a penis will flex, just moves itself sometimes?
Yes, I do. I almost
It
broken my dick
does.
a couple of times.
It smiles like a Labrador pup. But, yeah, it just flexes, and that's what I used to think it was when I started getting it on with people. But I never really – it didn't matter. The song was so good. It could have been about elephants. I wouldn't have cared, you know. And that's the beauty about the 80s and why we need to look at this for our thing, because you need to write stuff that's really deep, that has no fucking interpretation at all.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even open to – well, how do you interpret that? I mean, we think it's a penis, which is not every boy and girl's fucking interpretation, just dickheads like us. Like, we just love it. But at our age, I remember the video with the big wave coming up right now.
Yeah.
That was my biggest nightmare. I would be on a beach and a big wave would come over and kill me. And I used to dream of that 3 times a night when I was about 11 and 12. And I don't know why I dreamt of it, but and then when I saw this video, it was like my dream, and I shit my pants.
Yeah.
I kid you not.
You're like, there's a real danger of this, obviously.
There is, and I can go to a concert and this happens, right?
I'm not safe anywhere.
Yeah. So it's not just me. It happens in a video. And I think it was this is Russell Mulcahy again. He's incredible. He's got the girl in the crowd running. They're the same girl from, I'm pretty sure the same girl from Hungry Like the Wolf is in the crowd crawling through the crowd.
Yeah, right.
Which is also really good because you're like, she's back. Look out. He's got her, you know.
But you look at the
I might
lyrics
be
of this
wrong.
entire song, there's no point where you're like, okay, this is what it's about. Because like the verses give you nothing. Like if you look at like, I'm on a ride and I want to get off, but they won't slow down the roundabout. I sold the Renoir and the TV set. Don't want to be around when this gets out. But then when you look at the choruses, the Reflex is a lonely child. He's waiting in the park. The Reflex is in charge of finding treasure in the dark and watching over Lucky Clover. Isn't that bizarre? And every little thing the Reflex does leaves an answer with a question mark. Maybe it is about asking questions. Maybe the whole song is about asking questions and being confused and not knowing what's going on.
And getting rid of the TV set and having more life experience.
Selling the TV.
Selling the TV. But I'm dancing on the Valentine. Dancing on the Valentine. And then Valentine became their thing for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, look, fucking amazing, really, because with my chances on the danger line.
Yeah.
Do you get a chance on the danger line?
I
You
don't
get a
know.
chance. You get your last chance on the stairway, apparently. But do you get a chance on the danger line? I think you're dead if you're on the danger line.
Maybe.
No, maybe you're not.
I tell you, somebody's fooling around with my chances on the danger line. Who the fuck knows, mate?
And I used to think, I'll cut that bitch when I find it. That's where my head. Yeah, I used to think I cut that bitch when I find it.
Just somebody owes
I
you
thought
money.
that was the greatest lyric I'd ever heard,
I'll
and
cut
it's
that
not that.
bitch when I see
When I
her.
find, I used to sing it really loud in front of my friends, and they'd go, you're not well. Because it wasn't, I'll cross that bridge when I find it. Because I love Duran, but I never studied their lyrics. So I just sing them loud to what I thought they were.
It's like one of your girlfriends owes you money. I'll cut that bitch when I see her.
That's right, yeah.
At the
She's on
train
the danger
station.
line.
I better
But
not
anyway,
see her.
Great show. If you have a song, people, and you want us to look at it because you have no idea what it means, we'll make something up. Trust us.
Absolutely. They're still good. They're huge hits, and we loved them back in the day, but no one knew what was going on.
Mate, True has blown my mind tonight.
Yeah.
Blown my mind. I thought that was going to be one of the worst songs we've chosen,
Yeah.
but it blew my mind.
Yeah. Who knows what, I love it. Who knows what's going through the musos' heads when they're writing these? I just love this about artistry. And it's
Absolutely.
like, what I love is that pop music in the 80s could be so abstract like this and still be really popular.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. It was almost not normal to have normal.
No, yeah.
And I think
Fantastic.
if we could go back to that somehow, can you think of an artist today besides Billie Eilish that's really doing this?
Not on a fucking charting level, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even with Billie, with that Barbie song, that won an award. It was a beautiful song.
Yeah.
It's not something I'd buy or listen to, but just to listen to it once and get the feeling behind it, what
Yeah.
am I made for, is fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just all her lyrics are brilliant and she thinks about it. She's artistic, and that's probably the first time I've heard in this millennium some kid do something like that,
Yeah, where they just don't care. They've just got to sort of express. I love that.
Yeah, that's right. Really, really great. There you go. There's our show tonight.
Great show, guys. Thanks for joining us on the 80s Montage. Please like, share, rate and review. Write a comment, guys. Don't forget, you've got to write a comment in the comment section on Apple on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Right,
Yep.
Get Fucked, Jay and Sammy. That's what we look for. We love that. We love those that have come through. Get
We
Fucked,
love
Jay
it.
and Sammy. We live for that.
Yeah.
We love it. Thank
Yep.
you.
Give us some ideas of anything you want us to do.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Give us 5 stars in the rating section. Please become a subscriber. It's really easy. Hit the subscribe button. It'll shoot us right up the charts and help us out. Best thing you can do is become a patron for as little as $1.50 a month. For $10 a month, you get the extra episodes. We love you. Thank you to all
We
our
love it.
patrons all around the world and all our subscribers who are listening. We love your support.
Thank you so much. We'll be back next week
We'll
with
see you
another
soon.
topic.
Songs
We
to
will.
shit to, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what
Well,
it's
if we
gonna
get
be.
enough people writing in, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want songs to shit to, give us some songs.
I
I want to know what you used to shit to as a kid. Right?
Strangely enough, we do. So please
We
write
do?
to us on our social media.
Yes. Because I don't think it was just me.
Yeah, no, it can't have been, guys. Come on. Let's get real here. Let's talk about
All
the
right.
real issues. What songs
That's
were you
right.
shitting to in the 80s? All right,
I
guys.
love it. All right.
We love you. If it's music mateys,
All cool shit from the 80s.
we're going to talk about it.
Unreal.